Hi guys, it's Mama G and Web3 on digital parenting, and I have a guest tonight, and my daughter has invited Nick, my daughter's partner, to come on the show and talk to you about his perspective as a new dad. And so I'm really delighted to have them both around this afternoon. So if you hear a few little noises in the background, don't worry about that. We know it's my granddaughter. So today I thought we would talk about this idea about the digital footprint that children have from even before the day that they're born. When parents, in all their excitement about the new news about pregnancy, often post an ultrasound scan or some kind of announcement that then becomes a flurry of gender reveal videos and who knows what, and then the birth and the labour suite, and we have films, we have all sorts posted. I once knew a couple who had and have 3 children by now. Probably the eldest is 10 or more. So this has been going on a while, and they have never posted a picture of their child anywhere on the internet. It's definitely been countercultural, because only recently have we started to think about some of these dangers. So they are very unique in their generation to not have exposed their children to that kind of thing. And there's pros and cons. So I've brought Nick along today to talk about the general feeling he has about how his daughter will or will not appear online. So what do you think? She's now how old?
Only 3 months yesterday.
3 months.
3 months.
So have you given this thought, or has this just kind of been something that's dawned on you in the last few weeks?
No, it's been something that I've thought about before. I mean, obviously, Harmony's mum, like, she posts more stuff of Harmony and stuff like that. Whereas I chose not to. That's for various reasons. One of the reasons is I like to keep that personal to me and my circle. I don't think that every single person who I'm following or who's following me need to, like, per se know of my child or how my child looks or anything like that. So that's why it's like I always kind of led with this mentality of, like, who needs to know,
who needs to know, that's a good phrase,
who doesn't know, don't need to know. And I think it's also just because the amount of people that I follow and the amount of people that follow me is that I can't sieve through who would probably use that image for bad intentions, or you know what I'm saying. So that's literally why I chose not to. And I just felt that it's my first child as well. I want to keep that kind of precious to myself and that inner circle and anyone who knows me.
That's an interesting thing to realise. That I didn't know that, Nick, you had consciously decided not to do that. Because for some people, they own, let's say, as an example, an Instagram channel account, and because of what they've built on that account, the emphasis it has, the family side maybe doesn't make an appearance because you don't want mixed messaging. So that's one thing. Some people don't want their USP mixed up with some personal stuff, whereas other influencers, not that I would see myself as an influencer, but others would feel like, you take me, the whole package, that's who I am. Everything that goes on in my life, my family, my work, my ideas, my reshares, that's all who I am. So for you, it's more about protecting an unknown following list from seeing everything that
literally, because anyone who I went to school with, who I still keep in touch with to today, who I went to school with, college with, who I genuinely know for a prolonged period of time, know about my child or of my child. But anyone outside of that, no, I don't feel that. It's like, to me, that's close. I don't like to give out like information like that.
No.
And also, it's a thing where how do I put it? I just let my mind. But yeah, I just feel that that's not something that people need to know. And
Yeah.
you said something about
Mhm.
like on your Instagram, you take me as I am and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes, yeah, some people put their Instagram like that, but then as well as like in this modern day of how people are, it's like certain people. It's like your Instagram's a character.
Yeah.
Like the person you post on that Instagram is not the same person that you'll see in
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah, very
Because
true.
you might see certain people on Instagram and you might think, oh, this person's an idiot and stuff. And then you might sit and you might end up having an opportunity to meet that person. And you sit down with them and you're like, oh, like, they're not as much of a clown as they post that they portray themselves to be online.
So, not quite an avatar with a different character, but definitely only one angle on that person, rather than the whole personality.
Yeah.
So, my daughter has put the odd picture. I think it's a lot less. I know my daughter. She's probably really restraining herself hard not to post more than she is doing.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite restrained. But obviously, does that become a pressure between you at all, that she's doing that and you aren't?
I think in the beginning she probably did feel a certain type of way. I think she felt like I'm hiding my child, but I'm just never looking at that I'm hiding her. I just feel that, like I say, that every single Tom, Dick and Harry needs to know my business.
No.
Because I like to keep my personal business personal.
Right.
And I feel that whoever needs to know, like I said, who needs to know knows. And who doesn't need to know, who don't know, you don't need to know. There's a reason why you don't know.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
we're not on that level of friendship, or we haven't got that dynamic there where I feel that you need to know that I have a child. You need to know that, oh, this is what my child looks like.
This is what they did today, and this is what they did yesterday.
Exactly. You don't need to know that. So it's just the thing where and especially with my child being so young as well, I feel that when she gets older and stuff, I'll probably I'll loosen up my stance on that a little bit more.
Yes.
But as she's at this stage in her life now where she's not conscious to all these kind of stuff like that, I just feel that I don't want people. No. You don't need to. And even when she gets older, I might probably still have that stance as well. Yeah. You know, I might.
I saw this clip. I think it's like a reel of a film, and it's meant to shock. And it's a couple who are about 40, say, and they've gone to the cinema, and they have a 9-year-old daughter at home being babysat, and they're in the cinema, and they see on screen an AI generated adult version of their 9-year-old daughter speaking to them about how upset she is about what they allowed to go on to the public, into the public domain as a child, because she's showing them how this person has harassed her and how that person has found out her information, how this person might have cloned her identity. And it's quite an impactful video. I might even pop the link down here below for you to see. And this is something that we might not even realise what we are unpacking now could backlash big time, more than we even realise.
Yeah, but it's also with the fact that technology's improved so much, because you mentioned AI as well. It's like when you look, and you can probably at any given time go onto probably like YouTube or Instagram, and you might see a little video of someone who's like Denzel Washington or Andrew Tate or something, telling you, oh, go onto this gambling app, you can win how much money and this and so on and so forth. And it actually, the voice sounds exactly like them. The lips are moving and all those kind of stuff. And it's just like, like someone has a picture or someone has an image of you, like they can do anything. And no one can tell the difference apart from if there's someone who's well versed in that field. But to the general public, that is you.
To the general public, but what about to children who haven't got that ability to discern and have grown up in a world where AI is part and parcel of everything they've ever known? So I worry about how children who have great imaginations manage to distinguish between reality and fake, or pretense, or deception. Even it can be that bad. And how do they have the ability to work out what's real, what's not real, what's trustworthy, what's not trustworthy, without a constant running commentary from us to protect them from falling into deception.
But we're saying that, and it's like you have shows like where even adults can't tell the difference, because you got shows like Catfish, where people pretend to be someone else, generate something through AI, or use, and this person's talking to this person thinking, okay, they've been dating this person for how long, and so on and so forth, or virtually dating them, and then when it turns out that's not even the guy that you was talking to, that's someone completely different that looks so much different from them. So it's just like, and that shows an old show. So it's just like now with everything being so tweaked and better, like it's like how can you, the adults, tell the children any difference when they don't, they can't even spot the difference themselves.
So this is the world that we're in, and we're kind of only learning ourselves how to navigate. So this brings me to a story that is an incident that happened to you even just a few days ago?
Like less than a week ago.
So this
actually a week today.
So your baby has a first visit or trip on a train in her life. And go on, what happened?
Well, we're coming back home on the train, and literally I just noticed that there's this guy that was trying to take a photo, but every time he's trying to take the photo, he's taking a photo of himself, it looks like, because from my perspective, it looks like he's taking a selfie. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's just taking it of himself. Don't jump to conclusion and think that he's taking you in it. But then there's a few times that every time I look, I'm actually seeing him turn the camera away from like me onto himself, because I'm seeing myself on the camera on his phone and stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, he must be taking it off me. And then literally I realized that it looks like he's trying, because I'm holding the baby in my hand, so it looks like he's trying to take a picture of the baby, but good, the way I was holding the baby, he can't get her face. But I think he realized that I noticed what he's doing, so then he goes on and he starts to deleting photos and stuff like that, and I spot a photo of my partner breastfeeding
on his phone.
On his phone. So obviously the situation escalated from there.
Wow.
And yeah, like, so that's what I'm saying, that
your privacy was really breached there.
I know, but according to law, it's not against the law for someone to take photos of anyone in a public place.
It's
irregardless of it being an infant.
An infant, that's concerning.
It's only infants is only specific to certain places. I think it's like hospitals, schools, or place of education and stuff like that. But yeah.
So you're not allowed to take a picture of a child in a school or a hospital.
Yeah, so areas
where they could be vulnerable to being photographed. Okay, but
anywhere else you can take a photo.
No, I did not know that.
So bearing in mind, this is a grown man who's probably in his 40s.
That's weird. That's a bit creepy.
That's taking a picture of someone's child on the train who he's not friends with.
Right.
And this goes back to me saying about images on social media and stuff like that. You don't know who's following you.
No.
Like, that's why I don't know who's following me. I don't know every single person who's following me.
No.
And stuff. And that's why I'm just like, because you don't know what people intend. You could have all the best intention in the world when you post your stuff up, but you can't, just because you have all the best intentions don't mean that your audience do.
No, absolutely. So the lesson from this then is think twice before you post, as I'm sure we have all learned in the last few years. But then when a new child comes into the family, and it's only really then that I've started to think more deeply about the risks and the responsibilities that parents and carers have. So obviously that was a challenging moment for you, Nick. We won't go there. But we do need to think not only about the long-term legacy of pictures that are out there when our children, that baby who was photographed breastfeeding in 25 years is out there, if it was ever going to get out there. Thankfully you intervened, and we hope those pictures were deleted, but it's a warning, it really is. So have you got any last words for new parents?
Also, what you need to look at as well is, even though it's deleted on the surface, once that photo's there. Like, if someone really do a deep dive into a person's phone, everything that you delete is there. So it's deleted on the surface, but at the root of it is still there.
it makes me think about the fact that when a child has grown and becomes interested in a career, let's say high level intelligence, works as a anything from as high as GCHQ right down to becoming a civil servant in local government, they are going to go through an awful lot of investigation to be able to take a job like that. What is the level of information they're going to have to sift through to decide if this person is a suitable candidate? And these things could backfire against our own children in the future if we aren't thinking very carefully about what we're exposing them to. So don't want to be a killjoy. We all love photographs, we love memories, we love Facebook's timeline that reminds us 10 years ago we were doing this or that. But find the right balance, or maybe perhaps have a separate account if you wish to have a more discreet family-centred WhatsApp group or something like that, which defines who will see and who won't see, and what the sharing rules will be within that group. Any other thoughts though on being a new parent? Anything sort of funny or anything that surprised you and delighted you that you didn't see coming?
No, I'm fine. I'm great. I'm great. I'm loving it. I don't have to really stay up that much at night time, because she seems to be becoming a daddy's girl now, so she clings a little bit more to me more. But mommy's the go-to. So for me,
at this
I'm
stage,
alright.
yeah. So from my friend and my daughter's partner Nick, and from me, Mama G, and in the distance in the background from Esme and baby, we'll say good night for tonight, and thanks for tuning in. Look in the feed for the link to the interesting reel. I will look and find that for you, and I'll see you on here very soon. Like and subscribe to Mama G and Web3 on digital parenting. See you then.